Hello everyone, here we are in Study With Me, and we will study Biology. Today we are gonna learn some things about the cells. First, the meaning of cells, like I'm gonna give you some key ideas about the cells. Then the structure of animal and plant cells, and then the cells and organisms, some keywords about it. And although the animal and plant cells are very similar to each other, they are not the same. That's why I show them separate. First, the meaning of cells. Cells are the smallest units of living things, and every organism is made of cells. In general, some of them are made of millions of cells, and some of them are made of only one cell, and they are called unicellular. Cells are very small, and they are too small to be seen with the naked human eye. That's why we need a microscope to see their structures, or in general to see them. Now the structure of animal cells. First, we have the centrosome. It forms the spindle phases in which chromosomes are moved during cell division. The cell division is the mitosis and meiosis. We will learn them later in this channel, but please have a bit of patience. Now the cytoplasm. It is the principal substance of a cell, and it is made out of many other substances, but it is a solution of them. That's why the cytoplasm is considered as only one substance. The mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell. It provides energy in form of ATP. What is ATP? ATP means adenosine triphosphate. Now the rocked endoplasmatic reticulum. Here are the proteins formed, among other things, many other things. Now the smooth endoplasmatic reticulum. Here are the fats and hormones formed. Now we have the nucleus. It contains the cell's genetic material, and that's the famous DNA. Now we have the nucleus. It produces ribosomes. And we come to the ribosome. The ribosome has the responsibility of the composition of proteins. Here, that's the place of the protein biosynthesis, which we will also learn later. Now the cell membrane separates the cell from the environment, but it allows the exchange of specific substances that the cell needs. Now the Golgi apparatus. The substances produced in the cell are packed into membrane-bound vesicles, and that's the activity of the Golgi apparatus. It packs those substances. Now the lysosome. It contains enzymes that are used to break down superfluous cell material or foreign bodies, if they can get in. Many parts, right? There are also many other parts, but those are so small that they are a bit insignificant next to those other parts. Now we have the plant cell. Very similar if you ask me, but there are 2 or 3 things that the animal cell doesn't have. First, the ribosome, again, is the place of the protein biosynthesis. Now the cell membrane, it moves when the cell expands or shrinks. It is its function, elastic. Now the cell wall, and the cellulose of the cell wall consists of numerous of glucose molecules. Glucose is sugar. Now the vesicle has the responsibility of the storage and transport of some substances. Now the chloroplast contains the famous green pigment called chlorophyll. That's something that the animal cell doesn't have. And that's the thing that makes some plants be green. Now we have the Golgi apparatus. Here are the substances in the vesicles packed. Again. Now we have the mitochondrion. It is the powerhouse of the cell. Again. Now the aminoplast creates and stores starch. That's also something the animal cell doesn't have got, or at least it is not that important. Now the nucleus contains the nucleolus, the same as the animal cell. Then the vacuole, and it's filled with mostly water, and it contains also some inorganic and organic molecules, but mostly water. Now the endoplasmatic reticulum, or ER, and it's also the same as with animal cells. As you can see, the structure of the plant and animal cells are very similar because at the end they are cells. But there are some things, 2 or 3 or 4, that one has and the other doesn't have. Now we come to the key words about the cells and organisms. First, organelles. Organelles are structures in the cell with special functions. For example, the chloroplast and nucleus. Every single part of the cell is an organelle. Now, that's not a key word, but it's important to know that not every cell is the same as the others. You know, they are similar, but they are specially adapted to their function. You know, for example, a neuron is not the same as a muscle cell. Now, a tissue. A tissue is a group of cells with similar structures, and they work together to perform a shared function. An organ is a structure made up of a group of tissues working together to perform specific functions. For example, here we have the heart. It is an organ. And we have the brain, another organ, and the bones and the skin, and everything is an organ. Everything in our body is an organ. And lastly, an organ system. It is a group of organs with related functions, and they work together to perform body functions. For example, respiration or excretion or reproduction. So you can remember: organelles, structure in the cell; tissue, group of cells; organ, group of tissues; an organ system, group of organs. It's not hard to remember, right? And now we come to the thank you. I thank you really much for watching. I hope you learned something. I know it was really short, but it has the key informations about the cells. There are also not many things to say about the structure of a cell, or at least not in a single video. I want to do it short but simple and useful. If this video was good or useful for you, please let me know in the comments, or at least leaving a like. or a subscription. See you in the next video. Bye bye.